We are. Think we're live. Greetings and salutations. Just getting this off the ground, trying to make sure this is working. Okay. Mm. Think we got it. We are live. Greetings and salutations, and may this day be in service to you. My name is Talib, and I'm here to assist any way I can with humanity, with the gifts that I've been given. And really, I'm going live to sort of share this new channel that I have, this new thing that I'm doing. It's called Talib Kearns. There's only now. Please go to that channel, check it out, because a lot of the information that I was given on more of the healing and the mental perspective stuff that I was sharing on Heavy Gems is going to be on that channel. And this is sort of just my me channel, talking about me and things going on in the world, and some of my sci-fi stuff I have going on, and more maybe conspiratorial things about what's going on in the world and the state of the world. I wanted to keep that separate from the other information and sort of just make it two different things. So I guess tonight what I'm going to talk about a little bit is yeah, um, this book that I've written, and it's called Beyond the Veil, Shatterpoint, and it's a sci-fi novel about cloning and reality, and how reality has been maxed from us, and how maybe some of the things you think are real are not actually real. And I based some of it off of personal experiences of supernatural things I've experienced, and the rest of it was based on a lot of conspiratorial things and some research. But it's a great read. It's fun. It's definitely going to change a lot of people. And if you love conspiracy theories and you love sci-fi, this is something you've been waiting for. The whole goal here of this book, guys, and this is why I need you to go out, go on to Amazon, check this book out, Beyond the Veil, Shatterpoint, because the goal is to make it a movie. It was always meant to be a movie. I wrote it as a script, and then wrote the script into novella of sorts. And there's two additional parts come into that novella, but it was always meant to be on screen. And so the more I can get people reading it, and just sharing that and to their thoughts on the book and how they feel about the book, I think that's all I really gonna need to go ahead and put myself in a better position and go ahead and make this. And if anybody out there who know me, you know me, and you want to invest in what I'm trying to do, please reach out on the channel, leave a comment, and I'll get right back with you, and we'll make something amazing and beautiful together. But I think wow, this is all new, guys. I love doing this. This is my first time really sitting down and just, I know, just talking from my own perspective. And after doing all of this meditation, let me show you a little bit where I'm at. I've been doing a lot of meditation right now, and true meditation, deep meditation, and true reprogramming. And it makes it very difficult, or not difficult, it makes it almost unnecessary for me to go looking into otherworldly events, because the more you start digging into your inner world, the more you start being led around by your outer world. And so some of these things begin to take less and less meaning and effect. But there are some things going on, and I'd love to know what you guys think about that. Maybe with some of the things going on with this trial, you think he's going to win before the end of this week, or do you guys think Puffy is going to prison for many, many years? I am of the thoughts that he is not. That he may get very few years, if any years, and a lot of it will get turned into time served, because I think it was a ritual, and I also definitely believe that it was a psyop and a psychological distraction. And there's some social engineering stuffed in there somewhere. I just haven't rooted it out, but that's sort of what I'm seeing happen in there. And I'm not gonna sit around and tell people to go watch that trial. It's mind numbing, you know. I find it fascinating that people want to spend so much time looking at other people's lives, but spend no time in their own. Let that sink in. People spend a lot of time in other people's lives as a secondhand experiencer, and they're totally disconnected from their own. Huh. It sort of makes you wonder, is that what they always wanted? You know, or this system, maybe that was the whole plan. But to keep it on track, I don't really think that's what's going to happen with this guy. I don't think he's. I don't see any Rico. I mean, of course, on the most thinnest of circumstances, you can go ahead and make that argument. But for all of the stories and speculations and things leading up and allegations and people coming forth, none of that seems to be in this trial. And if it is, it's superficial at best. So it's gonna be very interesting when it's over, because then what? And like I always ask people, then what? When you find out what happens, then what? You're just gonna go looking for the next thing to drag you along. You know, I want to propose a challenge. I want to propose a challenge that if you watch YouTube, you don't watch anything that isn't promoting your wellness, right? And avoid and abscond from all social media for just 7 days. You know, I like to propose a challenge for people to maybe try a black file technique that I recently discovered. You know, that'd be interesting. Sit down and write. The black files is a forbidden therapeutic, psychological therapy. Excuse me, my words are being jumbled up here. But it is a therapeutical or psychological method in which to get one to deconstruct the illusion of self that they have created for themselves and confront the aspects of self that are actually running the show from the shadows. So that would be really, really interested to give a try. They say they banded it, or they don't really practice it because it's very unpredictable. Meaning, when you strip yourself of the illusion of who you are. Oh, excuse me. To the people that own dogs, I guess you understand when you got more than one dog and they think there's something around, they are definitely going to try to get it. But as I was saying, I would love to give that challenge a try. As I was saying with the blacklist method can cause the individual to deconstruct the illusion of the personality it created almost very very quickly, and that can be destabilizing. So maybe one day I'll share that with people, just the method, and if you feel like you're ready to maybe deconstruct this and move past it. The number one reason they didn't like it or they got rid of it and didn't really practice it is because there's no money in it. If therapists could get you to sit down and actually confront your shadow self and see it, once you see it, you can't unsee it, then you wouldn't need years of therapy. Yeah, they know this. It's much. It's the same reason that the medical industry is. Please remember this: death is a disease. That's what the science and medical world has called death. A disease is something that really is a mistake in humans. It shouldn't happen this way. So they're actively trying to find ways to prolong the human experience here. And that tells you a lot. There's no money in cures. There's no money in giving someone something that will cause them to not need your services anymore. The money is in sickness, being unwell, being unsure, and especially in not trusting your own instincts. And this is why we run to people we don't know and let them tell us about ourselves because we're unsure. I think I know the number one problem with most people who have issues. And that number one problem for the people that have issues is they're not good enough. You don't believe you're good enough. You don't believe you can do it. I think when you separate yourself from that and start to feel deserving and worthy of everything life has to offer you, I think that's where real change comes from. You know, uh, that's where real change comes from. Because the world is inside of you, it's not really out in front of you. It never was. They knew this in the ancient texts, they knew this in biblical texts, philosophical texts, even in the mystery schools, they knew that consciousness is projecting reality. And you are consciousness. How do you know this? Because you are conscious. Because you are aware. And if you want a little trick to prove it to yourself, I'll give you one. Check this out. Just check this out. All you got to do is do this. Just try this right now. Just try this right now. Okay? Right now. And you don't say it's to nobody. I just want you to ask this to yourself and just answer it to yourself. Okay? Check this out. Are you the name that was given to you? Are you the person you say you are and that people tell you? Or are you the one that is aware of the name, of the experience, of the person? Mm. I know you can feel that. You know that you are the one. I know. When it happens for me, I know that I'm the one aware. And if I'm the one aware, then I cannot be the name. I cannot be the person having this experience. I'm the one of aware of the person having the experience. And when you can do that, you can take a minute and just step back from this 3D environment that is led by sensory perception. If you could just step back for a second, you can see that all that stimulus is just the data you're taking in and interpreting. That's the secret, right? They try to tell you, you got to journal, you got to write this down, you got to do this, you got to do that. They're lying to you. If manifestation was about everything you wrote down, show me the paper where you wrote down your life was going to suck. Show me the piece of paper you wrote down and said that all the relationships you get in are going to be bad. Show me the piece of paper you wrote down that said you wanted to be a failure and to fail and be broke and poor. Where is this written? Hmm? Somebody tell me where that's written down on paper, right? If it's all about that, then wouldn't have the people who are just staring at violent films all day be ducking bullets in their real world and running and hiding because that's what they're pumping in their head? It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. It's all about acceptance. That's the only thing it's about. It's not even about no technique. They're lying to you about those two. Those are lies. They're not lies. Let me excuse me. That's very harsh, and I apologize. I'm gonna make a video on that. But they're just tools. They're just things you believe are here that you have to use in order to get something that's already inside of you. That's the reality of that. Mm. When you accept, when you believe, when that quietness in you agrees with what you want, it happens. And how you might get there is based on your belief. If you believe, you got to sit down and write it down, to stare at it and make it so. And believe you're writing down very people. Some people will tell you, but most do not tell you. That's a part of kinesthetics. You're writing it down. You're making a neurological connection to actually writing the words on a piece of paper. That's stimulus. That's neurological processes that you're doing something that's helping to the process of creating the neurological grouping of that particular thing. Everything you experience is a group of neurons that got together to express that thing. Every time you learn something new, you develop thousands of brand new neurons. These neurons, if not used, they go away. It's efficient. But when used, they're powerful. You don't need years to develop neurons. Neurons can develop instantaneously. You can be, and because of this, that means you can learn things instantaneously. You can obtain things almost instantaneously. But I'm going to tell you a little secret about instant. Instant just means now. But there's always, and here's the secret: you only live now. Everything is only happening right now. 2 years from now will be now. Future and past, that's conceptual. You only know the present moment that you're in. It's eternal. It's always will be. But the things in it will always change because you always will be aware. But those things existing around you will always be shifting landscapes and changing, rearranging themselves. That's the power that we possess. It's not hard. It never was meant to be hard. It's easy. It was meant to be easy. That's one of the games they like to play, right? That's the game. That is the game. Remember the game. If it's not hard, if you didn't work for it, it's not worth it. It's not worth having. It's not worthy. You don't want it. You don't even think it has value. That's the game. If everything came from what would be called nothing, why would anything have to be hard? That's because you live in a matrix. It's not simulation. It's not code. The matrix is stories. The stories that get told to us about what reality is. And we believe it. And then we experience it. And notice everyone around you is giving you a story. That's all they want to do is give you stories. They spend trillions of dollars a year keeping you in the midst of stories. You have no idea how you got here, right? But you got a story of how you got here from your parents. They tell you, hey, we had you. Their parents say they had them. How far can we go back? We can't go far back. It's just a story. They go all the way back to the beginning of time. And what is that? A story. And that's confined within the language. And language is what takes the boundless and gives it boundary. If you want to look at it, there's story, and that's your code. The string of code are your lines of story. And then it is broken down into the very what? Zeros and ones. But in this case, it would be our what? Words. Our words. Our words is what shapes and defines what we see. Is it not? It's just spinning, right? Hmm? Mm. And that's what the Matrix is. Stories. The Big Bang, that's how it all began. Hydrogen, helium, electrons, magnetism, manifestation. When you understand that, then you can what? Just like coders and hackers, you can what? Manipulate the code, manipulate the matrix in a sense. You could be more free to express yourself in the matrix the way you want to. Everybody I've ever helped asked me, what's the simple thing I could do? What's something I could do today to change my life? And I'll tell you, this is so easy, but yet you will make it hard. Change your language. And how do we change our language? By asking this very simple question to ourselves. Is what I'm about to say in service to me, or does it make me a victim? If it makes you a victim, don't say it. If it makes you the hero of your story, then you say it. and your life will begin to change overnight. Immediately, you will see change immediately. You'll see change in the individual you were speaking to if you speak this way. This is immediate change. This is not next week. Manifestation that they're selling you is a lie. Your life is a manifestation. Everything you experience is manifestation. If they telling you you've been using your mind to create a negative world, so all you got to do is then I don't need to manifest a better world. What do I need to do? I need to embody a better world in my mental state. That's where that goes. That's not manifestation. If you are alive and existing and aware and thinking and walking and moving, then you are manifesting. Your whole existence is a manifestation by the nature of the word. It's not hocus pocus. But you have to be careful on here, because I tell you, it was a couple years ago, I was on MREC TV and I told people how to do this, and many people came back. Many people on the show came back, showing how it changed their life, what it did for them. And I told people, you got to be careful. We need this now, people. Learn this the right way now before they use it as a weapon. And now it is a weapon, as in all these other markets on YouTube that's become a weapon. They've weaponized it. Now people are looking at themselves like they failure if you can't sit there and bring $10 million to yourself in 7 days. That you can't get back some person in a relationship because you was trying to manifest them and they didn't come back. This is ridiculous. This is not how it works. Now they telling you just script, just write it down. You know how many people I told you write stuff down all the time and none of that stuff ever happens? It don't happen like that. Because your life is already being manifested. What you have to do is allow and welcome and understand that it's a contraction and flow, and that you are that boundlessness, that you are that great creative force without being aware of it. That's already you. And guess what? It doesn't need you to know it in order for it to be. So when you step back and you stop trying to listen to these people tell you, now the people telling you the Neville Goddard stuff and Alan Watts and Joe Dispenza, yes, but watch the ones that only speak on superficial talking points about it, who don't know how to elaborate beyond the context of the script, who cannot sit there and really explain it to you and give you some variations and actually practice it with you. Watch for the lip service people. But that stuff works. But here's the truth. It's not about them, it's about you. You know, and I think why I had so much success helping people was because I reminded them. I think a lot of those people have success is because people believe. And as I told you, once you believe something, that's what you experience. That's why if you script in and believe that you're going to script and write it down, and you allow that and can accept that as the way for you to get it, it's going to come that way. If you're looking for it to prove it to you, it won't. The only thing that'll ever prove to you that what it is you. And the only way you can do that is to ask. Ask yourself. Ask yourself for proof. Ask yourself for guidance. Ask yourself for help. They don't want you to be with self-determination. They want you codependent, dependent upon people. So this is the time, right? This is the time. All I ever want to do, I didn't make any money when I first got on this YouTube sharing this stuff with people. I didn't make any money on YouTube doing it. I was using it myself. So mystical things in my life was just happening, and it never came from making $1 from YouTube. Right? Ask yourself, if they talking about they could get all these millions of dollars, why do they need all of you to come in their course? Was they rich before the course? No, because I remember their videos in the beginning. Now you got ones that were rich, that was businessmen and doing things and sales, and they got involved in this and they acquired and used that in their thing. But watch their videos. It explains that. They show that they are trustworthy in what they're saying because they're laying out all the information so you can make an informed decision about what you're listening and watching, and they're giving you the tools. I be wondering how they know when to make videos. How come all of them make the videos at the same time? They all talk about the same thing. How do they know that? Do they get a script? Are they watching each other and go, I got to make the same video about that? Right? Is anybody paying attention to what's happening? Now they're going to try to trick everybody into following somebody to wake up. How can somebody wake you up? That's why I tell you, I'm not here to teach you. I'm not here to guide you. I am a reminder. I'm a reminder to you. I'm just here to remind you. And I didn't bring me to you. You're the one that's watching me. You're watching me because what I'm saying is resonating with you. But where is it coming from? You. You know? And I think it's real. I just have to say, I've been keeping my mouth quiet. I've been watching, and more of these people are coming up. I see 1,000 manifestors talking about they got a course, and I never seen nobody they ever help, but they say they help 1,000 people and millions of people. Then I go in, they comment, and I don't see one client say, yeah, he helped me. You know? And when I see people saying with these videos about sit here and do these magical binaural affirmations, they're going to work, you can get this money in 15 minutes, whatever. You sit there, you do it, it doesn't work, you go in the thing, you look in the comment, and you see it, and you go, the first few people always say, I did this, and in 10 minutes later, I was $5,000 pop up at my door. And you're like, wait a minute, but why are you the only one in the comment to say this? Because you're that guy's friend. I know that now. I've been dealing with this stuff long enough to know that nothing is real. It's all orchestrated. The people that are really there to help will help. Sure, they could charge, but when they run through to people, they're going to help them. You know? Words is God 91 said that silver method, though. That's what I'm talking about. See, and let me tell you something with the silver method. See, the beautiful thing about how I got that, spent years doing it, how I got so far with it. When I first started learning it, I was broke. I didn't have any money. I was divorced. Everything fell apart. Let me tell you, it was absolutely free. I got all the language. I got the list. I got the book. Everything. It was all free. When I went in a community, I even met people in the community that didn't try to charge me. They just wanted to do releases. See, the real stuff is real. If you saying I have the ability to bring resources to me and I do this and that, then why you need to go out here and break the average man? Where's the charity? Where's the love? Where's the I'm so happy with life and everything's so good, I just want to share it? You don't see none of that. Where is it? And now I know the truth. It's like when you see these videos up there and they say, start a successful drop shipping business in just 3 days. You'll make $5,000 if you use this method. It's a business. It's like it's its own thing now on YouTube. People find the next trend and then they start making videos about it like they're professionals. But then when you track these people down, they don't know what they are doing. And it feel I've seen a couple, and I ain't gonna name no names. I've been following some people in this manifestation so-called community now for several years. I remember when some of these guys started, like they just started. It's the birth of their channel, and now they sitting there with fancy cars, big houses, and you're like, okay, but you did this through this, right? So I'm like, that's great. So I always like to see. So I hit them up. I've been following these people for a long time. I'm like, hey man, I've been in a bad place, but I'm positive and I love life and I understand, but I could really use your guidance and help. Do you do any? I don't have it right now, but if you could just help me get on my grind, I will reciprocate. I will show that love and pay it forward. I'll come back. I'll do the right thing. You think these people help? No, they don't. They don't. They all about it. Matter of fact, you'd be lucky to talk to them. You'd be lucky. You was there. Thank you. Oh, word is God 91. Yo, appreciate that. See, I'm glad, man. Thank you so much. The spirit, everything is the power of the mind is moving forward in a certain way because you're here. You see what I'm saying? Because you some of these people they don't know, man. You was there. Nobody look at okay, bro, this is for you, man. I'm talking to you right now. Words is God 91. I'm talking to you. Now, you remember Billy Carson was not on no manifestation. You remember none of these, a lot of these black channels, none of them was talking about, none of them. None of them. They was all in their astronomy and astrology and numerology and the numbers, all of that. But once we started Heavy Gems and people calling in and actually coming back because my heart is true, I'm here to be of a benefit to humanity. I actually cared. I never made any money off of Heavy Gems ever. I didn't make nothing. Okay? I did it out of love, right? You look, all of a sudden, after we did that, you got Billy Carson. What? Oh, he got a whole course on manifestation. Now he's talking like he's been talking about it the whole time. When I've been following Billy Carson since when he first ever made an appearance, no, he never talked about that. Ever. Right? So it's like something came to me after doing the gateway and doing these other deep processes of recent. It was like, I have to say something. It's my turn. I need to get up here and speak my voice. I never say nothing. I keep quiet. I only help. I'm only come out when the universe opens the door for me and says, we need you to get out here and do this. And now I'm out here doing it again. So I want, if you can, hey, thank you, but thank you. Hey, word is God 91. I got another channel called Talib Currents. There's only now. On that channel is where I'm doing all of the mental practices. I'm sharing everything. That's where all of the that knowledge now is going. Right? This is gonna be my channel because I wrote a book, and guys, I work in film and I do things, and I have a lot to say. And I'm like, you know what? I don't want to watch these guys up here anymore. I don't want to watch their shows. They have nothing to talk about. I want to get out here and speak now because I believe there's a community for people like us that want to share, that want to talk, and the things that I have to offer are real. And we don't have no real people out there for our people leading us with nothing real. The ones that do always calling us stupid. They claim to be on our side, but they stupid. They call us stupid all the time, and they yell and scream at us and tell us how we need to do more. That's not how you save someone. That's not how you come in to be of assistance. That's not how that works. And I'm like, you know what? I can't. I don't. I'm. I don't. I'm not complaining. I don't want to complain about it. I don't want to complain about it. I want to be a voice that brings what I'm talking about. I shouldn't expect someone else to be doing it anyway. I'll do it. I will take on that responsibility because I want to share. I want to help people. I believe and know that I can. And I think that the time, the stars is aligned, everything in my heart and mind is aligned. I'm ready to put the time, the dedication, energy. So, please go to the other channel, subscribe. Um, I also have a course that I put together called 30 Days to the Quantum You, take you through the Sedona method, take you through these various methods. I synergize all these different methods and put them together into one method. And most importantly, I have a workbook and it's good. It has some videos with it, and I'll call you once a week. We'll speak on it, and we're gonna get you where you want to be. Right? I know I have that gift and that ability to help people remember so they can get where they want to be, and so I'm going to do that now. That's there, and I also do the calls. You know, I do charge, but if you can't afford a call with me, I'm not here. I'm not here for the money. I'm gonna tell you straight up and down. I got to set it up like a business because we live in a capitalist society. But at the end of the day, somebody come to me and they ain't got nothing and they need my help. That was all you needed was my help. And I'm going to get you. I got you. We will take care of you. I'm not about the money over here. I'm about the healing. I'm about the growth. I'm about the awakening of us, all of us. We are all one. We're losing the illusion of separation. That's what I'm about. But go over to that channel, check that out, and know that from there, there's links to get in contact with me, to set up a meeting with me. You want to talk, you got some issues, something you need to work through, I got you. We're going to get you through it. It's going to be easier than you even think because it is easy. It's whatever you say it is. That's what it is. It's exactly what you say it is. G-Led, hey, that's my girl right there. How you doing? I'm glad you joined. We was just sitting over here getting deep and philosophical. I was sharing some information about the new channel at Talib. There's only now. There's a link in there for it. You can go check that out. That's where that's where I'm gonna be sharing all of the secrets, all of the stuff, and where people can get in contact with me. And I'm gonna start going live over there. I have a Instagram. I'm gonna start going live on there so I can directly speak with people. I'm gonna let them in, invite them in, have a conversation with them, give them a hand, help them out, because it's time. It's time. It's not hard. They want us to think that this is hard. They want us to believe that having something you want is hard, that other people are in control of your reality somehow, that other people are hurting you, that other people are doing these things to you. They're not. They set us all up to do it to ourselves. They can't take your power. Nobody could take your power. You are your power. All you could do is give or lend your power to someone else, or put your power into their creative creation, because we're co-creators as well as creators. We are co-creators. So you get with somebody else, you could take all your power and lend it to their creation, right? And they may walk off with that creation that y'all created together. But check this out. They may take what you create, but they can never take your ability to create. That's your greatest power, is that you can create. So who cares what they take? I'm a creator. I'm always creating. Anything you think you take, I can make again, and even better. Right? I'm just here to start this thing where, listen, let's get out of everybody else's head for a minute, and let's get in our own heads for a minute. Let's give ourselves some true self-love and stop renting a bunch of free space in our head to thoughts and strangers that have no business living in our heads rent free. None of the stuff that you believe is happening is even real. It's not real. It's all a construct in the matrix. The matrix is stories. It's not lines of code. It's stories. Stories create boundaries. Words define. Definition puts boundaries around the boundless. This is why all belief is limiting. All belief is limiting. And that's why I say to you, we have to think very clearly, very, very clearly. And how do we think clearly? By breathing and allowing thoughts to come and be there, just to be there for a moment. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna just do this right now because we all could use it to just set the tone real right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do a nice Sedona release right now, right? And I'm gonna do a release around whatever you want. It doesn't really matter. Here's what the release would be around. It's just gonna be around anxiety, right? We'll do a release around anxiety and confusion. Because anxiety and confusion keeps us from moving forward, keeps us from doing things we may want to do, or even stepping out of our comfort zone to see that there's other things out there. So I'm gonna show you how it works. G's for. I'm gonna show you how the Sedona work. Here we go. This is all you got to do. The beautiful thing about the Sedona is I don't need you to go close your eyes. You don't have to close your eyes. You don't have to go off and lay down and do nothing. All I need you to do is to answer with your heart. All I need you to do is just be open to the questions I'm going to ask and to some instructions I'm going to give. And that's all. So, that's right. That's right, word. I'm about to share this with G, and it's just a great. You know the power of it. So G, this is how we do it. Okay, in this moment, just be what you are, and to be what you are just means to just stop everything you're doing and just let it all go for right now, and just be what you are, and be what you are, and just be what you are. And now just notice what is. And in this moment, just allow yourself to think about anything that's causing you anxiety or confusion. And that's super easy because the mind will bring it up for you. Whatever you got going on right now, whatever thoughts, whatever feelings, whatever people are there, it just comes. It's just there. And in this moment, could you just welcome that? Could you just let it be here as best you can? And to let it be here and to welcome means this, G. Instead of trying to combat with it or push it away or acknowledge it, just allow whatever the feeling, whatever the thoughts, sensations, or memories that come up, don't engage. Just allow them to be there. And in this moment, just check and see if there's any wanting to change it, which there's always is, to push it away or pull it closer. And if so, could you just let that be here? Could you just welcome it? Could you just allow it? And the beautiful thing, if it's no, that's okay. Answer from your heart. Because the more you answer, when you say no, believe it or not, you've already begun to shake it loose some. And as we go through the process, you'll see that no becomes maybe. Maybe becomes yes. It happens very quickly. So, could you just welcome the wanting to change it? Now check and see if it feels personal, like it, and then naturally it does. And can you just welcome that? Let it be here. And in this moment, the best you can. Could you just let it go? Let it dissolve, let it unravel. Would you let it go? When? And now let's go back to the top. Let's try that again. And just sort of notice what you're feeling now. And notice whatever feelings and sensations and thoughts may also be there that came up. And in this moment, could you just welcome that confusion or anxiety or whatever else may be coming up with it right now? And check and see if there's any wanting to change it. Could you just welcome that? And check and see if it feels personal, which it does. Just welcome it. Let it be here. And in this moment, the best you can, could you let it go? Would you let it go? When? And just notice your internal world right now. And go back to that feeling and just welcome it. Let it be here. And check and see if there's any wanting to change it. And if so, could you welcome that? And in this moment, the best you can, and just for now, could you let it go? Let it dissolve, unravel, and just unfold. Would you let it go? When? And in this moment, could you allow that awareness, that courageous, that all-loving light that's right beneath the surface and always there, could you allow that to come in and take its place? Could you allow abundance to come in and feel that area? And you don't have to visualize what abundance like. If you can just be open to the ideal of abundance, it's all around. I think we're back. Yes, good, good, good. We're back. My internet was acting up, guys. I apologize. But it was at the end. Wow, that was powerful, though. It's funny. It went out right at the end. So that was nice. That was yeah, that felt really good. That was good. Mm. So I don't know if you're still there, G. I hope if you are, I want to thank you for joining. You are awesome. Uh, Please go check out G. Led 7 uh, channel. She does amazing art. It's fantastic, and she does it with great music. It's very therapeutic and healing, and you guys definitely should check that out. So please go join my new channel. That's Talib Kearns. There's only now. I'm very excited to see you guys over there. We're gonna dig, dive extremely deep into a lot of the power of the mind and the functional techniques and methods that I've discovered, along with some of my own personal philosophies and so forth. Because I'm not just about regurgitating other people's philosophy. I have my own philosophical beliefs of the world, though some may go along with others. It is my own. And before I go, I'll leave you with one of those things that is truly of my own. You are always right. And that is from me, right? And I know what you're going to say. I've been wrong. I made mistakes. I have not always gotten it right. And you know what I'll say to you? Aren't you right about that? That's right. You're always right. So, what's the real question here? The real question is, what do you want to be right about? Stop arguing and fighting for your own limitations. You know what? This is our first stream. It's been about an hour, if I'm not mistaken. Um, I love to keep going. You know what? Let's just keep going a little bit more. You know, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about my book. Can I put this up? Let me see if I can share some stuff here. Do I go into images and import an image? Yeah. You know, I had a real thing. I wanted to go ahead and maybe what I'll do is I'll bring up a manuscript of the book. If I can get 25 people in the stream, just 25, I'll bring up the manuscript of the book and we'll start reading chapter one. And maybe on this channel, I'll just go ahead and I'll read the book here to you guys, and we could talk about it together. Well, put a one in the chat if you like that. If you think that's something we should do, put a one in the chat. I don't have. I got like 3 or 4 people. I don't care, but I'm still gonna say put a. I'm under the assumption that we got at least 500 people in the chat that's just here having a good time in this community that we've started, sharing their experiences and sharing in their awakening and just sharing themselves to each other so we can create a great synergetic community of amazing individuals that all have found their unique calling in this world and are a benefit to humanity. So we can all be of service to each other, so we can all make money together, so we can all maybe even throw events and like convention type things, you know. I don't know. I definitely want to do a convention in the future. I want to be able to sit down. Maybe if you want some self-hypnosis techniques, I could teach you some self-hypnosis. I want to bring in some people that I do know who are master hypnosis and help and do little courses and stuff like that. My whole goal is to have this program put together so I can go into urban neighborhoods and boys and girls clubs and into a lot of this underprivileged youth and share these magical powers with them so that they could change their lives in a moment's time, right? And then they could see the greatness they possess and they could have the necessary shielding that they need to go out here and deal with those that'll try to impose reality on them or make them co-creators of a reality that they don't desire themselves, you know? This is the goal here, right? And if you ever get a chance, guys, go back, check out some of the music on the channel, you know? I got some music on there. It's always done pretty good when I went out and did shows. People loved it. I always had hundreds of people, a couple times, a couple thousand people. It was really great. But I haven't really been able to get the algorithm to check out the music for me. So I'd love if you guys would help me push this music too and get some people to possibly, you know, check out the music, man. Check out the music. Also, I won the Pahrump Film Festival Best New Media for the short film. I would suggest if you go check out the short film on this channel that you read the description first. I have a lot of people that have watched it and liked it, but it's like, you know, I don't quite understand this part or that part. Why was this? They didn't read the description. And, you know, I get it. But the description is there for a reason. And it sort of sets the stage. The point of this short is because I wanted to follow in one of the philosophies of Alfred Hitchcock and framing and shots and how a shot can be taken into any context with the right music and framing. So I wanted to create something to where the audience would be able to come up to their own conclusion, that it would be done well enough that you could think you know what's going on, but never not know if you're right because another person thinks they know exactly what's going on. And that was the purpose of it, just to experiment with that. And if you go in watching it, understanding that, I think if you enjoy it, I think you'll enjoy it even more. And that is me acting in it. And yes, I do have emotional range, you know, yes. And I don't mind crying in front of a camera, you know, for acting purposes. But yeah, that's something I definitely would love for people to check out. I'd love to share it with you and to check it out. But for everybody who was here earlier, I just want to know, could you please put a one in the chat if the Sedona was a useful method that you enjoyed at? If GLez, if you're here, just let me know how that was good for you. And to my good friend, Word is God 97? Is it 97? 91? 91. That was the dopest year anyway. Let me date myself right now. 91, that's where it was at, man. Go look it up if you don't believe me. But yeah, um, that's where it's at. And I'm trying to think about maybe going a little bit deeper into the book, but I don't want to talk about it anymore with the book because I really want to get like 25 people in here, guys. I really want to do that. I want to start reading the book in here with you guys, and then we could talk about it. And you know what? The first one, you know what? We'll start with we won't start with the book. We'll start with the prequel. How about that? We'll start with the prequel. I wrote a prequel to the book that really sets the ground. But if 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 we can get just 25 people, I know we can do that. That's easy. That's not hard work at all. None of this is hard work. I'm just assuming that the numbers just keep going up. So that's just my opinion on these things right now. But here's what I'm thinking, right? It's been about an hour in my first stream. I'm going to also go live tomorrow. So I don't want to stay up too late. Plus, I want to go ahead and record another video for the channel. I want to share some more information. I got 2 videos up right now that are very helpful, very, very, very helpful. And please share, like, and subscribe, and comment in it because it really was help with the algorithm. If you guys at the end of this could just leave a comment, and it really helps push the algorithm forward for me to keep this going. I'd like to share some more techniques. Now, the Sedona way I showed you today, that was just that was the simplest form. But there's also the holistic, and there is the holistic release. There's a release on contraction and things like that. There's a couple of other releases that I would definitely want to go over with everybody before I move on. And then on the other channel, what I definitely am going to do is I'm going to take everyone on that channel through the 3-2-1 method for the Jose Silva method. But the other thing is, if you've been in this and you did any research, then you know that the 3-2-1 method is the method that they use almost on every other hypnotic thing. Like even with the gateway process, he counts you down through the 3-2-1. So I think that I want to give that to everybody as my gift to everybody that subscribes to the channel. I want to have a video up there. And then I'm going to do more videos where I might just do some meditations, and it just might be a picture and some music and about an hour long, and you know, start participating in that arena. And I know that that is something that people could use, and it could be very beneficial. But what we got to do is got to start getting this algorithm involved with me so we can get this out here. People, my man, oh my goodness, Word is God 91. You are the best. I just want you to say that coming from the MREC Heavy Gems, finding me over here, being a part of this live right now. You making this memorable for me. For me, you're giving me that. You're letting me know that I'm doing the right thing. This like the universe, confirmation from self, confirmation from the source, confirmation from that within, that this is definitely what I'm supposed to be doing. So I'm going to definitely be going live as many times a week as I can, but I definitely am going to be pushing out as many videos as I can because I feel like it has to be done. I'm using this channel to sort of be more sharing and just talk as a person for me, you know. And so, you know, that's why I'm saying, like, hey, if you know the history, if you know, you know. Then if you don't know, you don't know. But for those that know, you know, I got to get this out here because I know that we can move nations, we can move communities. It can be done. It's not even hard. And enough of us get together knowing that this is easy. Enough of us get together who's done not the work, but has woken up and began to accept. Right? Let me remind you of this. Just remember this. Numbers don't exist. Numbers aren't real. It's another label. It's a word. It's not real. Man made it up. But who is man? You. You're not here to learn. They all want to convince you that you're here to learn. If you're here to learn, then you're not already great. You're not here to learn. You're here to experience and to be. So under those rules, you already doing it. But they gotta make you think it's something more. So you can never get to it. Try this when you go to sleep tonight and see if you don't wake up to a miracle tomorrow. When you go to sleep tonight and you lay down, I want you to whisper to yourself 3 times. Thank you for showing me that all my issues are now solved. Then I want you to ask yourself this question. How would I feel right now if all my issues right now were solved? Right now. How would I feel? How would that make you feel? You can feel it already. Your brain's already putting it together. If all my issues were solved, I would feel amazing because I would have this, I would have that. I would be doing this. It's already there. It's already happening. Transformation's already happening. And then you whisper to yourself while you're laying there. Thank you for showing me that all my issues are now solved. When you wake up in the morning, the first word out of your mouth should be, thank you. I'm so grateful for this air. My first miracle. And watch, go ahead. Come back and tell me what happened. Did nobody come here to learn? That's ridiculous. Consciousness that is conscious, that created all conscious things to be experienced, somehow has to learn to be conscious. You came here to be a physical being to learn how to be a spirit? How does that make sense? When spirits are immaterial. How does that make sense? You didn't come here, I'm telling you, get over this, learn. You want me to tell you what most people, I hear people say, oh, I just want more patience. I need patience. Oh, goodness, things are going so crazy. I just need to practice my patience. And then you know what happens? Bam. They get a flat tire. Some weird bill, they get a ticket. All of a sudden, somebody's talking to them. They're annoyed like they've never been in their life. I don't understand what's happening to me. Well, aren't you the one that wanted to practice having patience? I mean, how are you going to practice your patience in a calm situation? That goes back to my original thing trying to share with you. Language is key. Language, these people ain't thinking about what they say. And we would say that we're positive and then turn around and talk about somebody in the same breath. We spend most of our time obsessed with other people's lives and how poorly they're living it. We condemn and judge. all so we can hold ourselves in our own favor to make ourselves feel good about being us. But what happens when you just step into your true knowingness? You can call it power. I don't care what words you use for it. What happens when you just step into your knowing that this is not real? Nothing here is actually important. Hmm. I was speaking to my a family member, and they're having an issue with their child. And I was speaking to her, and I said, it's funny because I remember you. We were close since we were little, and they're older than me. And I said, that's so crazy because like I remember you before you had a kid. Like you had dreams and hopes, and I remember them, and not one of them ever had anything to do with the child. And it made her have to slow down and think like, oh wow, I did have dreams before this. We bury ourselves in other people so much that we don't even realize that you've created your identity based on relationships you have with people. And some of them don't have some authentic relationships with you. They're relationships of necessity. They're not relationships of love. If you can't be alone and love yourself and love every minute of being with you, then none of the relationships you have outside of it will be authentic. They will all be of service to someone else, or some sort of manipulative situation out of trying to fulfill a need that isn't being addressed. You came here by yourself. When you leave, you're going to go by yourself. If there's only the one, then you've always been by yourself. It can't be the one and you, right? Then it's not the one. Mm. If there's only the one, then the one is expressing itself through the many, which means you are still the one. See, here's a little interesting saying. They always told us that the universe is like an ocean, and you are just a drop from the ocean. They lied to you. They lied to me. They lied to you. They lied to everybody about that. You are not a drop from the ocean. You are the ocean experiencing itself as a drop. Wow. What happens when you start believing your stories over theirs? Nobody actually wants money. Did you know that? That's right. They don't actually want money. No one actually wants money. See, what people want is what the money could buy them. And they want a lot of money because there's a lot of things that they want, but they don't want the money. We've been taught that. And when we can get past that and start understanding it's about the things behind the money and not the money, then doors start opening for other ways for what we actually want to show up that go beyond money. I've been around a lot of rich people. They didn't spend that much money. I've been around a lot of celebrities. They don't spend that much money, like directly. We can talk about some of the celebrities I've been around that have agents and cooks and security, and they have an assistant, multiple assistants. These people are on the payroll. When you go out with them, though, right, the way you think about spending money, they don't spend money. It's all about the things. So for all my people who want to write a journal, who likes journaling and writing down, instead of writing a list of thing of how much money you want, I want you to write down everything you want. Don't write down the cost, the amount, any of that. I want you to start looking at what you want, right? So you can stop looking at the money as the only. See, right now, one reason you can't do so-called quote unquote manifest it when it comes to certain things is because you're too focused on that thing and not what is the meaning behind it. And when you get clear on the meaning behind it, the thing comes immediately. That's instant manifestation. People saying, "Oh, you have to be positive. You can't be negative." Other people saying, "You know, you could be negative. You could affirm robotically." I don't care what you do. As long as you're conscious and you're awake in this world and breathing air, you're manifesting. The things that are coming to you are the things you believe in. Right? So, what you might want to do is reset your parasympathetic nervous system first before you try to manifest something or bring something to you. Because it's not about being positive, it's about what your nervous system believes about it. They don't tell you that. So you have to reset the nerves. Once you reset your nervous system, then you get, because you're already bringing things to you anyway. But once you reset the nervous system, now you could bring something to you on that frequency. You could bring things to you chaotically. How many people do you know that starts confusion and they get everything they want? It doesn't matter because you're the one. Here's another little just keep this in mind moment. The world is subjective. It's not objective. The objectiveness is co-creation. But unfortunately, you can only experience co-creation from a what? Subjective perspective, meaning from only from your internal world can you experience the world. You can't step outside of yourself to experience the world. Even when you go to sleep and dream, you're not stepping outside of yourself. You're going within, not going out. The outer world is what you call boundaries. Is how you contain an infinite system. The infinite goes in. The boundaries are all around it. There you go. Infinity in a closed system. The human experience. That was deep. That was super deep. right, we back. Yeah. All right. So this is what I'm thinking, guys. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow at There's Only Now. We're gonna go live. I say tomorrow I want to go live maybe around 7 p.m. Pacific time, so people could be home and all of that. And I will be after this live. I have another video I'm working on, and I will be posting that sometime either tonight or tomorrow. So there will be another channel, another video up on the channel. Hopefully sometime this tonight, and there will be a live stream tomorrow. And I will come back here, and we're gonna go live again here and see if we can grab 25 people so we can start reading this book. I really want to read this book here. I don't want to do that on the other channel because I want to keep that channel for the mental stuff and for the community of There's Only Now. But this is me, Talib Jensen, the artist, the man, the person, the spirit being, the consciousness, the awakening, the awareness. That's me. That's over here, and I just want to talk to my people and just be a part of everybody's lives and share my stuff. And I want to really share the book stuff. So listen, let's get 25. Even if I could just get this live stream to get like 25 likes, man, could we get 100? No, let's do this. Let's get 100 likes. Let's get 100 likes on this. Right? We can get 100 likes. I'm going to go live again, and I'm going to start reading the prequel. And what I'll do is I'll even try to have some pictures up in the background, and I'll try to do it like that. Maybe I'll have a little music playing in the back, and then I'll read a page or two, and then we'll talk about it, and I'll answer some questions and everything like that. And we'll try to start with just the first chapter, see how people feel. They feel better. Feel good about that. We're going to ask for 100 more subscribers or, 100 more whatever, and we'll keep going. Let's build it. Let's build it together. Everybody here now we'll all be laughing when we're the ones sitting on 200,000 followers or subscribers. Excuse me, 200,000 subscribers. We the ones be laughing. Let's do it. Let's do it together. I know we can do it. I want to thank everybody that came out. I definitely want to thank Word is God 91. I want to thank G-Lad 7. I want to thank Holly. I want to thank everybody who may have just stopped in and stuck their head in and maybe didn't say nothing but just was enjoying what they were hearing. I thank you all. And I'm going to wake up in the morning. Here's my assumption, guys. I'm going to wake up in the morning. This stream is going to have it's going to have 150 views. And that's not even a lot. So, the universe might turn that into more for me just because, it's always, when you make an assumption, it can get better. When you leave it open to the divine higher that which is you to make that choice, and it always comes out better. So thank you guys for joining me. Thank you for listening. Please like, share, subscribe, and please leave a comment at the end so that we can build this and get this going with the algorithm. I want to thank you all, and may you all have a miracle occur for you. Expect a miracle, guys. Thank you.